and Fee comes up to him from behind. Her sister had promised her cake if she caught him, so Fee uses all of her strength to restrain him. She happens to secretly be a black belt in karate. She uses her secret technique to make him lose his mind, and the red paper falls. She lets go of him to take the paper, but he grabs it and runs away after promising her some cake later. With only 10 minutes remaining, he hides inside the library and plans on hiding behind the boxes until time is up. The group of girls walk in and Pulsifer is among them. He realizes that he's managed to get stuck in the girls' changing room. Plot begins to develop, and they wonder if they should be careful of Lux getting handsy, or trying to peep on them since he dropped on Leisha in the bathhouse. He feels guilty for how low his reputation is, and a girl asks Pulsifer to grab a book. While looking for the book, she notices that Lux is sitting there staring at her. Lux's entire life is over at that instant, and the girls wonder what's taking so long. Pulsifer says that she will follow them once she gets the book. After they leave, Pulsifer tells Lux that the coast is clear. She tells him that there's no need to hide anymore since an hour passed just a few minutes ago, and tells him she can hold on to his paper to protect him. Lux wonders why it just run right now, but Pulsifer reveals that this was all part of her plan and will now get to do anything she wants to him throughout the week. All she had to do was move the clock hand to trick him. Pulsifer bends over, telling him that she wants him to blow her back out this next week.
What do you mean by that?
Lux wonders if she's in her right mind. Later that night, Eri warns him to stop drawing so much attention, and they enter a secret room where the headmistress is waiting. She shows him the dragon whistle, and reveals that it might be the key to entering the ruins that have been locked for the last century. They will invade it next week, and she wants Lux to try and open it for her. Lux understands his duty, but later that night, Eri tells him to be careful and use protection when blowing Pulsifer's back out. She warns him to be careful on his date with her next week because she might be hiding something. The next morning, Pulsifer begins explaining her wishes to him. She was forced to move to this kingdom because of a forced marriage for politics. But before losing her freedom, she wants to fulfill her personal goals, so she will use Lux to deceive her butler into thinking she has a boyfriend. She tells him to get closer, and gets in his ears. The girls start screaming. Pulsifer warns him that she will tell everyone about him peeping if he doesn't follow through. These girls are scared. Poor Leisha is getting f***ed again. At night, Pulsifer privately tutors Lux, but Leisha barges in to interrupt their time. Fee comes in and sleeps on Lux, and Leisha gets jealous again. Leisha isn't done with Pulsifer yet though. She tells Pulsifer that it's understandable that she's silent after finding out how far their relationship has developed. Pulsifer is unsure how this land views love and wonders if holding hands is that serious. But Leisha's friend reveals that she doesn't know much. Lux asks Leisha if she knows what a kiss is, and she blushes and says she knows exactly what it is. She tells him that they only do it after they're married and it's necessary for having children. Fee tries to reveal that she kissed Lux, but no one hears them. Pulsifer tells him to get rest so they can go on their date tomorrow, and Leisha bursts out in anger. The following morning, Pulsifer wears her cutest outfit to impress Lux, and walks around campus while trying to draw everyone's attention. This is all necessary to make sure everyone believes it's real, and we have Sherlock Holmes and Watson sneaking around. They go shopping for clothes at first, but Lux has never been in an expensive store even though he's a prince. Pulsifer tells him that she hasn't either because she's not like other nobles. Fee notices that Lux has taken his plot protection off, and Leisha wonders what the size of his Excalibur is.
Stop it. Get some help.
They walk out of the store and Pulsifer has ordered him suits to look like a proper prince. They go to enjoy dinner in the town, and as they walk during the sunset, Lux wonders why she's looking at him like that. Pulsifer tells him that he looks handsome from the side, but Lux tries to ask if the restaurant is right around. She tells him that she was too focused on his beauty to tell. Lux stares at her and wonders what she's thinking, but hears a whooshing noise coming from above. Bandits come and tell them that if they try anything stupid, their friends will blast them. Lux wonders if they're trying to kidnap them since they're from the royal family, but Pulsifer tells him that she will summon her machine dragon if he can distract them. Lux unsheathes his sword and destroys the bandits in front of him. Bullets come to destroy them, but Pulsifer blocks them from ending Lux. The mechas get in position to destroy her, but Pulsifer uses her wise blood ability to see into the future, and destroys them in one blow. Leisha and Fee appear to explain the situation, but Lux asks why they're dressed like it's Halloween. They tell him it was part of their disguise to sneak around and save him. But Fee notices that a man is trying to escape. He tries to run away, but a mysterious woman appears from an alley and chokes the man in place. She tells Krulsifer that it's been a long time, and Krulsifer remembers she's Alterize. Bro, like actually what the f are these names? We'll call her Butler from now on. Shift Alt Tab Girl goes on to have dinner with them, and Lux wonders why Leisha and Fee join them. Krulsifer introduces Lux as her boyfriend, and her butler wonders who this kid is. Leisha says that they're definitely not dating, but Lux tries to tell Leisha to stay quiet just for now. A man comes from behind, asking why they're mocking him right now. He tells Alterize that he couldn't wait to see his beautiful bride, and grabs her face to admire it. He holds her hand, introducing himself as Balsarai. Okay, I'm f***ing done. Who the fuck named these characters? He's the head of one of the 4 great families who will marry Krulsifer, but she tells him that she's already in a relationship. The man laughs and says that this guy is a mere peasant compared to him. Krulsifer tells him to piss off and stop referring to her as his wife. The man decides to challenge Lux to a duel for Krulsifer's hand, and asks Lux what he thinks of this. Krulsifer suggests making this a 2-on-2, and tells him that he can pair with Alterize to fight them off. The man accepts the duel and tells them to be there, and Lux guarantees that he will show up. Later that night, the man learns about the secret to enter the ruins, and his informant happens to be none other than Lux's brother. In the morning, Krulsifer comes and thanks him for agreeing to the duel to save her. She wonders how he's still okay with this situation even though he's not her real boyfriend. And Leisha hears this and finally understands the situation. She's happy that Lux's heart belongs to Leisha after all, and Lux realizes there's no escaping her stupidity. She tells him that she will go and add more attacking methods to his drag knife, like a giant drill so he can pierce her heavens. Krulsifer tells Lux goodbye, and Leisha is still thinking about Lux's giant drill.
Stop it. Get some help.
Lux walks on campus, and Tilfer comes and tries dragging him away with her. She brings him to a mysterious room. They tell him they will take care of him after a long day, and this was apparently all Leisha's idea to make him happy. She gets angry after her secret was revealed, but Tilfer goes on to tell him that they dressed up like maids for him to make him feel better. Leisha hopes something like this wouldn't bother her, but Lux thanks her for her kindness. She goes on to tell him that she can do some indecent things if he would want as well. After all, Tilfer taught her that maids do all these kinds of things. Shoutouts to Tilfer for being a Giga Chad wingman. A council meets and discuss the fact that Ragnarok is upon them. The groom's family determine that they will take responsibility for entering the ruins and securing the weapon and destroying it. At the same time, the headmistress holds a secret meeting to discuss tomorrow's mission, and reveals that they will be using the whistle to enter the ruins. She entrusts Lux with the key to the ruins, and Leisha goes on to tell him that she will finally add the big drill to his machine. This girl really wants to get drilled. Giggity. Lux starts ignoring her and wondering why Krulsifer happens to be in this room. After the meeting, he asks her why she was attending when she's a transfer student, but she tells him to stop treating her like a special member since she got permission. She tells him goodbye and walks off. Later on, Lux spends time in the bath wondering what Krulsifer's after, but sees giant plot development cannons armed and ready to attack. Apparently, the genius headmistress is the one behind this, and Lux goes on to leave before having any plot development. She says that she only bathes with a guy she likes. They hadn't bathed in a long time, and Lux thinks that Fee has gained massive plot cannons. It's over for Lux and he tries his best to stay focused, but Fee begins falling asleep and is ready to drown. Lux grabs her and tries to wake her up.
We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
She wakes up and he wonders if something happened, but she begins falling asleep again. Lux notices that she had a scar on her back, but notices that it's disappeared since then. He wonders how this happened, but Fee goes on to tell him to make sure he's safe tomorrow. He promises he will be safe, but begins to pass out from all the heat and blood flow. The next day, the teacher introduces the head of their mission. It is none other than Barzarai, and Leisha asks what's the meaning of this. He tells her that he's mainly here just to help, especially since his future wife is among them. He wants to personally protect her if anything were to happen. They head out and arrive at the ruins before them. Krulsifer moves forward to enter the ruins, and Lux wonders why she's in such a hurry. A giant abyss comes from underneath the fall, but it's no regular abyss, it's a Diablo, one of the legendary abyss able to destroy an entire city alone. It rushes forward towards Leisha's friends, but Lux fends it off with his sword. However,